UFOs, the so-called ancient gods, and today we call them aliens.
Have extraterrestrials returned to the Holy Land? Then, do spirits of the dead wander the site of America's bloodiest battle?
I believe the area is infested by ghosts.
Later, Bigfoot sightings increase in the Pacific Northwest and beyond.
It is almost on the edge of being unbelievable.
Also, a little girl is saved by angels.
It happened, so I could tell other people not to be afraid of dying.
Plus, a sightings update. The Earth wages war on human beings.
The problem is the average person on the street is not well enough informed to get worried about it.
And if there are no UFOs, why is there an official government policy for greeting extraterrestrials?
Welcome to Sightings. I'm Tim White. Enter a new location in the annals of UFO hotspots.
And we started to walk down the tunnel.
After a near-fatal accident, a little girl's angelic vision saves her life. Of Brazil.
There is a horrible animal out there. They're terrified of this animal.
Since Sightings went online, our research capabilities have expanded dramatically. In a very real sense, viewers are becoming field researchers, alerting us instantly to sightings around the world. Recently, our in-depth Bigfoot investigation generated important new leads and exclusive photographs from the Pacific Northwest.
This is so extraordinary, so incredible that something like a primitive man could exist in modern America. It is almost on the edge of being unbelievable.
Since Sightings' last report from Oregon's Bigfoot Research Center, Director Peter Byrne believes that new leads have brought him closer to solving the most persistent zoological mystery in American history.
What's encouraging to us is that the descriptions don't vary. The descriptions are the same.
Hundreds of new Bigfoot sightings have been reported to the center, and many of them offer clues about the creature's behavior and habitat. At least one sighting was made at a distance of less than 50 feet.
There were two women driving, and a place called Colton, south of here, and one crossed the road in front of them, about 6 feet tall, huge shoulders, short neck, and they said it walked very smoothly, didn't look at the car, crossed the road in 2 or 3 steps. Seen the face. They say the face is a very human face. There's a straight nose, small lips, and it's not an ape's face, it's not a gorilla's face. A number of things like that. We think we're looking at a very primitive human.
Byrne is expanding his research team in an effort to calculate yearly food supply and seasonal migration patterns.
We're building up a volunteer force right now of people who'll be working with us. If we do find fresh evidence, like a fresh sighting, a sighting that's only a few hours old, we have a plan to bring in our volunteers, to bring in 2 helicopters and get video and pictures close up, which will be pretty good proof.
But on the rugged shores of Puget Sound, less than 200 miles from Bigfoot Center, one man believes he already has that proof.
All the way up to the top of the mountain that day, we had the feeling we were being followed and watched. I saw this head move like that, or what I thought was a head, and I decided to take that picture.
On an expedition just weeks ago, Terry Mitchell took 2 photographs that many researchers believe are the most significant Bigfoot evidence since the infamous Patterson film taken in 1967.
I'm pretty confident that I got a picture of a Sasquatch. All you can see is sort of the shoulders and the roundness of a head that looks like it's looking up the trail. If you take that picture and put it under a lens, you will actually see a face, a darkened face, with black hair looking right at the camera.
And at the same time Terry Mitchell was photographing his Bigfoot encounter, thousands of miles away in the Amazonian rainforest, researchers there were having a strikingly similar experience.
It had a large and thick tail, was covered with reddish and blackish hairs, had long claws, a monkey-like face, The fellow was absolutely terrified. Couldn't imagine what he'd seen.
Dr. David Oren is a Harvard-educated research biologist working in South America. He believes that ancient legends about a creature called Mapinguari may be based in fact.
2 separate places. People were running away from what they considered to be this animal. Reports of this thing from all the far corners of the Brazilian Amazon, Venezuela, the Guyanas, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia.
Dr. Oren has talked to many people who describe the Mapinguari as a creature who walks with backward feet. It stands over 6 feet tall, weighs more than 500 pounds, and according to one hunter, it is impervious to repeated blasts from a shotgun.
Consistently, people report that this creature has a very, very bad smell, and then it affects the nervous system. People describe themselves as being disoriented, intoxicated, and there are 3 separate cases in which people are stated to have become mute for the rest of their lives after getting a large dose of this. Many of the people who give you these first-hand accounts, they'll say, I didn't believe in this thing either. I thought it was just a legend too, until I saw it. And let me tell you, it's not just a legend. There is a horrible animal out there. They're terrified of this animal.
Although Dr. Oren has not seen the creature for himself, 10 years of data collected in the field have led him to believe the Mapinguari may be a prehistoric creature thought to be extinct.
Suddenly a light went off in my head. I said, my God, this could only be a ground sloth. Well, it's just perfectly extraordinary, because if we can suddenly drag out of the Amazon basin by its ear South America's largest land mammal, unknown to science until 1995 or 1996 or 1997. What else is out there? How incredibly all-embracing our ignorance is.
The giant sloth is not the only supposedly extinct mammal to turn up in recent months. In Malaysia and in Israel, we are following up on reports that giant humanoid creatures have been discovered.